Gone too soon, loudly crying. Rising star Johannes Logan dies suddenly at just 19. Can the sudden hush of a young heartbeat, echoing across the sunlit fields of Sydney's south, extinguish the dreams of a generation before they've even learned to run? The Coogee cliffs stood sentinel against the November swell of 2025, their jagged edges softened by the salt spray that carried whispers from the Pacific, as the Rabbitohs, Heffron Park training ground lay shrouded in an unnatural quiet. Johannes Logan, the 19-year-old prop whose barrel-chested charges had begun to turn heads in the SG Ball Cup, had slipped away in the night, his passing as swift and unforeseen as a rogue wave crashing on the shore below. Please like, share, and subscribe for more sport talk content. Born in the golden plains of Orange, where the dust of junior fields clung to his boots like promises, Logan had traded the rolling hills for Sydney's relentless rhythm, enrolling at St. Joseph's College in Hunters Hill. There, amid the storied walls of a rugby union powerhouse, he first glimpsed the fire of competition, his first 15 jersey a badge of battles won on dew-kissed pitches that echoed with the cheers of old boys who had gone on to grace All Blacks and Wallabies lore. He switched codes with the quiet determination of youth, signing his first professional contract with South Sydney in early 2025, his frame already filling out into the mold of a middle forward who could anchor a scrum or burst through a line. Teammates in the under-19s spoke of him not just as a player, but as the one who lingered after sessions to share protein shakes and stories of home, his laugh a bridge between the homesick and the hardened. The turning point arrived in the sterile hush of a Coogee dawn, the kind where the first light filters through hospital blinds like hesitant fingers. Logan's family, gathered around his bedside after a sudden collapse the evening prior, doctors later citing an undetected cardiac anomaly, held vigil as monitors faltered into flatline silence. His mother, tears tracing silent paths down her cheeks, clasped his hand, whispering the country hymns from Orange that had lulled him through childhood storms. In the waiting room, Rabbitohs coach Ben Teo arrived unannounced, his broad shoulders slumped under the weight of news too fresh to process. He knelt beside Logan's father, a man whose calloused hands spoke of factory shifts and field-side cheers, and murmured, "He was our spark, mate." The way he hit that line last week, like he was born for it. The words hung unfinished, the room filling with the soft keening of shared sorrow, as outside, the waves continued their indifferent crash. Word reached the team huddle at training that morning, the circle breaking not with shouts but with the thud of helmets dropped to turf. Young props, mirrors of Logan's build, collapsed to their knees, their sobs raw against the morning chill, a sound no coach could rally them from, the field suddenly vast and empty without the boy who had dreamed of filling its center. The Rabbitohs' official statement landed like a dropped ball in open play, simple and shattering. Johannes Logan, our promising young forward, passed unexpectedly at 19. His warmth, talent, and unbreakable spirit touched us all. Within hours, a GoFundMe surged to life, initiated by a teammate's mother, its goal a modest $10,000 swelling to over $60,000 by dusk, donations from strangers carrying notes like, "For the family who raised a gentle giant." Social media became a digital wake, hashtag RIP Johannes trending from Redfern to regional New South Wales, fans posting grainy clips of his SG ball tries, barreling over markers with a grin that lit the screen, now framed by black ribbons and broken heart emojis. He was just getting started, one supporter wrote, her words echoed in thousands of replies from juniors in Orange who saw in him their own uncharted paths. Captain Cameron Murray, eyes red-rimmed in a hurried Instagram story, donated $250 and added, "Johannes, you were family from day one. Rest easy, brother." Jacob Host, a former Bunnies enforcer now in Cronulla, matched it with his own tribute, the gesture rippling through rival camps where forwards paused mid-drill to bow heads in respect. In the halls of St. Joseph's, where Logan's first 15 jersey still hung in the trophy cabinet, alumni from eras past flooded the school's Facebook page with memories. He had that rare fire, fierce on the field, kind in the huddle. The outpouring crossed codes, rugby union figures like Michael Hooper sharing quiet condolences, a nod to the shared heritage of Australian schoolboy battles that birthed so many NRL greats. The cultural echo deepened in the Rabbitohs, red and green heartland, a club woven from the fabric of South Sydney's working class resilience, immigrant dreams and indigenous pride, where young talents like Logan represented not just potential premierships, but the continuity of community. His death, sudden and senseless, became a somber chapter in the code's long tale of triumphs tempered by tragedy, reminding all that the fields of Heffron hold ghosts as vivid as their glories. Reflection gathers like mist over the Jersey Flegg training pitches, where Logan's locker stands untouched, its contents a snapshot of youth. Scuffed boots, a half-eaten muesli bar, a photo of him hoisting his little sister at a family picnic. This loss peels back the veneer of invincibility we drape over our rising stars, exposing the tender underbelly of lives lived at full throttle, where every sprint carries the shadow of fragility. It invites us to ponder the quiet burdens of promise. The pressure to perform for scouts and siblings alike, the unspoken fear that one misstep, or worse, fate's whim, could silence a symphony before its crescendo. In Johannes's story, we see the humanity that binds athlete to admirer, the boy who texted teammates at midnight with encouragement, who dreamed of origin blues while folding washing for his mum. Sportsmanship, in this shadowed hour, transcends the fair play of the fray. It lives in the league's swift embrace, counselors dispatched to Heffron, sessions paused so grief might breathe. It honors the values Logan embodied. Loyalty not in contracts signed, but in the way he lifted fallen mates, teaching that true forward momentum includes carrying others through their darkness. Legacy, for a life cut short at 19, defies the metrics of meters run or tackles made. It blooms instead in the seeds sown. The juniors who now charge lines with his number etched on their arms, the family fortified by a community's quiet generosity. Logan's ascent from Orange Ovals to Sydney squads becomes a beacon, illuminating that potential's power lies not in years logged, but in the light left behind. The human spirit, resilient as the Rabbitohs, never say die ethos, finds solace in such sorrow. A reminder to cherish the ordinary eternities, the post-training barbecues, the victory hugs, that stitch our stories together. Johannes's passing urges us toward deeper presence, to see in every young frame the infinite possibilities that demand our guardianship. What does it whisper about our collective inheritance, that a single flame snuffed too soon can warm an entire code? In the hush following his fall, we confront the values that endure. Kindness is the ultimate carry, character is the scrum that holds against all comings. Logan's brief arc reflects the NRL's soul, forged in the fires of fleeting youth, tempered by the tears of those who follow. In the weeks ahead, as the 2026 season stirs, Heffron's fields will echo with his name, a chant in the huddles, a jersey retired in the under-19s. Coaches will speak of him not in past tense, but as a guiding force, his spirit the wind at the backs of boys who now run for two. Johannes's own words, captured in a team diary entry from his final SG ball match, surfaced in a teammate's tribute. Footy's not about the hits you take, it's about the mates who pull you up after. Grateful for this squad, this life. Wouldn't trade a meter for anything. Simple, unadorned, they carried the humility of a boy who lived larger than his years. In a voice note to his mother, played at a private family gathering, he reflected with boyish perspective. Mum, if I make it big, it's 'cause you packed my lunches and believed when I doubted. But win or lose, I'm home in your hugs. Love you to the try line and back. His coach, reading from a preseason speech Logan had scribbled, shared growth wrapped in grace. I came from the country thinking city lights would change me. Turns out, they just showed me clearer. Play hard, love harder. This team's my family now, teach me to be better every day. To his little sister, in a birthday card mailed weeks before, he wrote with tender insight. Squirt, chase your dreams like I chase the line. No fear, all heart.